Welcome back. Whoa, that looks kind of blurry right now all of a sudden. That's weird. Anyways, so as I mentioned before, I will be making another haircutting video today, except it won't be for my wig. As you can see, I am spotting a very nice ponytail, and that's exactly why, actually. I am not cutting off this, I'm just going to shape up the sides a little bit more, and try and get them a little bit shorter because I actually like having my sides short and then having the long hair back here. And as you can see, it has definitely grown over past months. I never really truly made a hair video of growing my hair back out or a hair journey, but I think I'm gonna start doing that because I'm starting to learn some things of which are really helping my hair to grow out. So I just think it would be a very informative video, I guess you could say. Anyways, I'll make a video about that later and about some of the things I've done to help grow my hair out. You can't necessarily really see it all that much, but my roots are about up to here now, from here. So they've grown about, I want to say that much. And that's since I dyed my hair burgundy. Since I had blonde hair, I actually cut it a little bit more, as you guys probably saw, not just on the sides, but back here. I did mention that I gave it a little bit of a trim, especially down towards the bottom, because I noticed it was having some dead ends. That's normal, you guys know, especially depending on what you do to your hair. So anyways, by the way, I'm not wearing makeup, but always when I'm in the sun, my eyes look like I have some type of foundation or eyeshadow on. So, let's just get right into the video. So, for this, as I mentioned, I'd be trimming up my sides, so there will be a couple of things that you'll need to have if you're watching this as like a tutorial, instead of just a regular video. If you are watching this as a regular video, then thank you, and I hope you enjoy. So the first thing you'll want is obviously going to be a comb, what I'm playing with right now, especially if your hair is this short. You might not be able to grasp it that much with a brush. I can, because my hair is a little bit thicker, so it's easier to pull. You can kind of see like a little bit of a shadow. By the way, my hair is actually more purple than it's appearing on camera. It's just my camera likes to make things dull for whatever reason. So comb, and if you do have longer hair up top or wherever it may be in the back, you might want a brush, maybe. This once more is the Swissco brush that I bought. It's like the wet brush, except I got it from, whatchamacallit, Big Lots. And I got it for cheaper. I think the wet brush is originally around $8 to $12 for the big size like that, which is the normal size. That right there was only about maybe, I want to say $3 to $4. So yeah, definitely if you want something that's like a wet brush, the Swissco brush works just as well. It's detangling. I use it all the time when I get out of the shower, but not right out of the shower because what can happen is breakage. So I try and wait till my hair is like damp, almost to that dry point, and even then I'll use like protectant like the split-end remedy from Redken, but I'll talk a little bit more about that later when I make that video for how to grow your hair out longer, which I think I'm going to make a video. Anyways, last thing is either some scissors or some clippers like this razor, and it's the same one I bought before. It is the Conair razor that came in the home cutting or a custom home cutting kit, something like that. It was about $14 from Walmart. So I'm gonna set this up. You also might want a shirt that you don't normally wear or are okay with getting hair all over, because it's not like hair dyeing, so you're not getting hair dye on it essentially, unless you just dyed your hair and you're cutting it. For a shirt that you don't normally wear, preferably, so that way it doesn't get dirty with hair. And lastly, depending on how short you're cutting your hair, you'll want the razor that comes with it, or the guide point, as I like to call it, that comes with it. And simply, I'm using the 1/2 inch, the 13mm number 4. I think I started off with a 6 and an 8. Don't absolutely remember, but that's how I got my hair like half the length of this, basically almost all. That's all you guys gotta know. So now I'm just gonna get into it. If you get this, there's a little clip on the side, you push it up to cut deeper and make your hair shorter, or you keep it all the way out and it'll just cut the size of the blade. Blades there simply for a guide. The further you push this up, the further the actual clippers goes up. But yeah, just thought you guys might want to know. So I'm just gonna get right into it. You guys can just watch me hang out here. I'm starting at the front and I'm gonna work my way back. But yeah, I want to try and get this a little bit shorter, because like I said, I like the way it looks when I part my hair. Now I don't want to cut it all off to the point where I'm bald on the sides, but I like the look of it. And it does help me find my part easier when I get out of the shower. Because I have thick hair, it's gonna get all over the place and there's gonna be a lot. Be right back. Okay, so as you can see, it's a little bit brighter and the blinds are shaking. I'm actually right at the kitchen table. Yeah, just like a little bit more light. You guys can probably see what I'm doing a little bit better too. Also, before you just start cutting your hair, I didn't tell you this, but I already have a length that I want to go, which is the 1/2 inch, but the length that I want to go back to. I'm not going to chop all my hair, including this, off, or go all the way back and around my head to cut the parts that are growing out right now, that I actually want to grow out. I'm just simply cutting the parts that I want shorter, which is something you gotta find on your own, where you're comfortable. And also, it might help to have a mirror. I have a mirror here, and that's why I'm looking up and above, not directly at the camera. Also, I do want to see some of my natural color come back, so that's why I'm doing this, because I am planning on continuing to dye my hair throughout this process, but I want the size that I'm trimming out to be shorter anyways. There would be no point in dyeing them, so I'd just like to see natural color come back on the sides. And as you guys can tell, I used to dye my hair every single month, all different colors, and for right now I'm just sticking with the purple, because that was my original choice, and I'm not turning my back on it. And I'm also not using bleach to get the purple. I'm using a burgundy dye and then going over it with purple dyes. Although I will not be having burgundy-ish purple hair for the entire year, I will mention that, but when I actually do go in to dye my hair, I'll tell you guys a little bit more about that and show you the method that I'm going to use. Probably just going to end up using not bleach or even really lightening too much. I might just go over the purple and do it like that, but like I said, that's for another time. Right now I'm just simply here to chop off my hair. Yeah, if you have any questions or concerns about what I'm doing right now or my future plans, definitely make sure to leave them down below. I do try and answer back right away. Also, my business email will be left in the description as always, so if you want to message me personally, just make sure to message me there. So I'm going to do this method on both sides, and then when my hair gets to the point of being the length that I like it, I will move on from this side. It's on the lowest part now. I'm just gonna flick the razor up a little bit more because I want my hair a little bit shorter. And don't try and cut it all the same length at once and go down to the shortest because you might not like that. That's why it has different layers, and that's why you should use those layers to find what you really like. Also, the last time I was doing this, I kind of chopped off my eyebrows a little bit, so be wary of that. It is still a cutter for all types of hair. So, yeah. Now I'm gonna go a little bit shorter because I want it just a tad bit shorter, I think. And also, I'm following my part and I'm going around that, and as I'm bringing it forward, I'm going a little bit against it. It's still on the part, I'm not cutting above or below, because I want it exactly there. I don't want to bring my part up any more than it already is. Also, when I first cut my hair, you guys saw, well, when I first shaved my hair, I used guides, like, bobby pins, and I think a piece of paper. You can definitely still do that if you're not comfortable. Nobody's gonna tell you how to cut your own hair if you are. But yeah, use guides if you're not comfortable. That way you don't chop off more hair than what you're actually looking to get rid of. Because that would kind of be bad. Just put it up one more layer. I want to try and get this as short as possible without looking bald, which is why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it. Once more, right on top of the part, not really below, not really behind, or below or above. Alright, and I'm just gonna keep continuing to do that. I don't want this video to be like so long. But I'll show you what it looks like when I am satisfied. I might flick this up one more time, but I'll let you know, like I said. But yeah, be right back. Alright, so to do a quick comparison, I'm gonna pop in the light. This is my left side for now. I might cut it a little bit shorter later, but this is my right side, so I still have a ways to go. But you can clearly see that I do have a lot of regrowth on this side, and that is pretty much my natural hair from what I can see. So that is a good sign that my hair is still growing. Another reason why I did that is to chop off any hairs that might be damaged from, dyeing the hair. So now I'm going to go do this side, and just like before, just like now, actually, I should say, I am going to show you what it looks like when I am done on this side. Simply going to go back and do the same method, just go up onto the part. And another thing I forgot to say last time was, don't be afraid to go over a place more than once. It's not going to cut it any shorter than the guide. Believe me, I thought that before and I got scared, but now I'm seeing what it's doing, and it actually looks a lot better, and my hair feels a lot healthier on this side, so I will be right back. So, I want to show you what it looks like, but first I never really seemed to show you guys how much hair I cut off. Now, it didn't look like it was a lot when it first started to come off, when I first started shaving, but that's how much was actually there. I can't adjust the camera. There was a lot of hair. We'll let us put it that way. If you guys can see that. It doesn't look like that much, but considering I only cut like baby hairs off the side of my head, it seems like it's a difference. Also, as you can see, the back of my hair is still pretty much the length that it was. I didn't try and chop that off. I just wanted to chop off certain parts. And the side of my head In the camera it looks like it's blending, but really that is my natural brownish black hair color. That one is not blending, you can't really see all that much purple, which is a good sign, because I like purple, but I like having multi-tone hair, and this kind of makes it look like I dyed the sides of my head. But if I part my hair this way, by the way, I cut like a little too much hair off on this side, but that's okay. I actually took the blade off, or the guide off, and then tried to trim up my hair, and it instead decided to take everything that was there, but I don't mind. It's hair, it grows back. I'm not one of those girls who's all about that, oh my god, I don't want to touch my hair, I'm scared to cut it all off. That's not me. But now it actually does look like I sort of have an intentional mohawk, which I'm not necessarily trying to go for the mohawk look, but if it's like that, that's okay. I just wanted both my sides cut. And then I can still cover the side if I really want to. And then if I flip my hair over, wow, my hair is bright purple. In the light, I can really tell it's bright purple. Now it's showing up almost true to camera. Although my hair isn't that bright, it's a little bit darker. But I can still see that I have some kind of black highlights, but since I'm going to be trying to fade out this hair color, because I said that I wasn't going to try and keep it that long, I actually want to change my hair up a little bit more. And see, I can cover that part up anyway, that I cut a little bit too much off. I still have all that hair to the side here. It's just that hair is cut shorter now. I'm going to be showing you the method of how I'm going to be trying to rid of this dye as best as possible, because I don't want to use bleach, but I want to try and strip it out a little bit. That way I can put a certain color over, which I'll talk a little bit more about in my later videos, but hope you guys liked it. But yeah, now you can kind of tell that my roots are grown out. Not really in the camera all that much yet. But yeah, I just want to try and let my hair grow out. I don't want to bleach it anymore, and I don't really want to dye it. I said to myself that the next time I'm going to dye it is when I actually have my hair grown out to about that length. So when my hair grows out to about here, maybe a little bit longer, that's when I will re-dye it with the burgundy dye and decide what color I actually want. Because at that point, I'm only going to be dyeing my roots to lighten them up a bit, to get them to this reddish that you see here. Guys can't really, right there. That other color that's right there, that's actually reddish burgundy. And that's what I did to my roots after I bleached them, which I told you guys about before, right before I actually dyed my hair. To try and get at least parts of my hair later, which obviously you can see that they are, because they took pretty well to the semi-permanent dye, but that's another story. When my hair starts growing out even more, what I want to try and do is dye the mid-lengths like a silverish. I do want to try that silver again, but this time I'm not going to put that much purple in to dye my hair purple with what it looks like right now. But yeah, this is my hair for now, and I'm pretty happy with the condition of it. But in my next video I will be talking more about how I'm going to, how to grow out short hair, or grow out hair from a pixie cut, which I do believe I made a video on before. But anyways, like, subscribe, and comment. Stay tuned for the next video. Bye guys.